Just an ordinary song to a special girl like you, from a simple guy who's so in love with you. Don't have much that I could show, no diamonds that glow, no limousine to take you where you go. But if you ever find yourself tired of all the games you play, if this world seems so unfair, you can count on me to stay. Just take some time to lend an ear to this ordinary song. Just an ordinary song to a special girl like you, from a simple guy who's so in love with you. But if you ever find yourself tired of all the games you play, if this world seems so unfair, you can count on me to stay. Just take some time to lend an ear to this ordinary song. Just an ordinary song to a special girl like you, from a simple guy who's so in love with you. And I don't even have the looks to make you glance my way. The clothes I wear me just seem so absurd. But if you ever find yourself tired of all the games you play, if this world seems so unfair, you can count on me to stay. Just take some time to lend an ear to this ordinary song.
Hello, well, this is Beeliran Island, and this is me, of course, and that was me singing to my dear sweet wife. And I just wanted to go ahead and say a few things as we watch the rest of this slideshow. And this is her brother and sister. This is in Manila at our little house, getting ready to go to church. And of course, this is Mom and Dad, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, are beautiful people, and I appreciate them very, very much. My wife and I met on a bus, and this is our house. We just finally paid this house off, and dress that I had given her, and she wanted to model it on the front porch. And a little four-wheel drive vehicle the Lord blessed us with. This was a date I took her on to the beach to watch the sunset. And of course, we are loving each other that day, as you can see. I'm not ashamed to show it, because she is a very special person. Like I was saying, we met on a bus. I sat in the seat. There was no other seat to sit in, and this rickety old bus on that little island. I was doing mission work there that year, and I had some pretty sad things going on in my life. Market had crashed, losing lots of property, and also my previous wife left, and I was abandoned. I was brokenhearted, and this young lady starts singing, "You were my strength when I am weak. You were the treasure that I seek." By the way, this is a motorcycle I bought her there in Manila. Surprised her with it, or in our little house there in Cavite. But that song she started singing, and I joined in on the chorus. "Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name." And then she didn't say anything. Sometimes we volunteer at the hospitals. This was in Thailand. I took her there, and we had a wonderful time. And of course, our beautiful wedding day over 5 years ago. I'm winking right back at you, sweetheart. So eventually I said, I thought to myself, it's rude that I'm not talking with her, and we've already sang together. And yes, she cries, we share tears, and we miss each other very much. I'm in America right now, and I miss her, and she misses me. So back to the story. You want to hear it, right? She's always trying different things on her face, clay and things like that. It's really cute. My mom really loves her. She was at my wedding, and she was there cooking. And my best friend, James. Thank you, James, for coming. Yeah, so I said, so you love Jesus? And she said, yes, I do. And I said, what's your religion? She said, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. And I said, so am I. She goes, I know who you are. You're the missionary, and I've been praying to meet you. And so she had an answer to prayer. And for several years, she emailed me in the United States. And finally, I had to tell my family and board members of the little ministry that I was running. And they said, you should follow up and go visit her family. And so I did. And I spent 8 months with her dad and mom, sleeping in the upper area of a loft that I had built, just really helping mom. She's a literature evangelist, and dad's a builder. And they had morning and evening worship every day, and this was our little pet monkey. Really, really touched my heart, the enthusiasm of the family and their passion for the Lord and to work for God in their own community. We can be missionaries and go out of our country and to another country, but our mission field starts with us, with our family, our own children, of course, our neighbors, brothers and sisters and parents, and that's what they're doing. And so it was not hard for me to become passionate about helping them and wanting to be a part of providing resources. And so I didn't have a lot, but I saw problems, and I've tried to solve the problems by coming to America back and forth. I've made 21 trips. Can you believe it? I've got dengue fever. I got the measles, almost died coming back over here. Thankfully, I contracted it in the Philippines, but I was coming back over here, so I ended up with the measles here, and 10 of our family got it. Okay, so we got this motorhome. I've been able to get this motorhome since the fire of Paradise, where I'm from, and we're planning on going around to churches all over the United States and doing music and putting on health programs. And my sister Melody's going to join us. It's going to be so exciting. So I hope you can invite us to your church. And Marcus, he's such an interesting and beautiful man. I've seen him grow in the Lord. And yes, I keep playing this picture. I keep showing it over and over because it was a special day in Singapore. And I just want to watch it more than once. She was playing around with filters on her phone, so this picture has been enhanced with some sort of app. Well, I don't know about you, but I think my wife is so beautiful and the most beautiful woman in the whole world, but you don't know her like I know her. And Gordon Mote wrote a song, If You Could See Her Through My Eyes. People always said, your wife is so beautiful, and people say that about my wife. In fact, even in the Philippines, people come up to her with me there and say, are you Venus Rock, who is a former Miss Universe, who was a Filipina? And she just laughs and smiles, and they say she looks like Miss Universe. I didn't notice her looks right off the top when I first saw her. Our neighbor, who's been coming to the little church that we started there, or were involved in starting, she was playing around that day with makeup on her face, and they were just taking pictures, and that's what those pictures are about. Singapore with Dan and Kara and Amber, that was a beautiful memory and a time of preciousness. People, God and people, that's all that matters. Everything else burns. Nothing else matters. God and people. We need to learn how to get along and love each other, and that's what it's all about. Nothing else matters. When you really look at it and you think and you contemplate these things, nothing else matters. Well, my wife, she said one time, I love you. This is several years into our friendship, and I didn't think of her as a person old enough, close enough to my age to marry me, but I said back, I love you too, like a daughter. And she said, only like a daughter? And she got really, I could tell she was, in her messages, she was feeling hurt. And I shared that with a few people, and they said, when you're in her age group, many people in her culture, many women, girls, they start to feel like they're going to become an old maid, that they're not going to get married. Many, and most maybe, I think is what they told me, already have children or are married. So she is at an age to get married, and if she loves you and you're healthy, then go ahead. So I started, interestingly enough, researching and thinking, is this wrong? And found out Ellen White suggested, actually recommended, I think it was her son marry someone the same age gap as I have. And then my Uncle Warren, who's an elder in the church, I believe he's an elder in our church, he's the same age gap, about almost the same age gap as my wife and I. They've been married, he's 93, and they've raised a family. And so as long as I'm a vegan and eating raw food, look at this, isn't this beautiful? And we would like to have children. We just need to get a few things in order. Her visa needs to come through, and I want to say thank you to immigration for making that visa happen. Okay, that's all. God bless. Bye-bye.